You know that feeling when you walk into Costco, ready to grab your absolute favorite snack, and you find a completely different product sitting in its spot? It's like a mini heartbreak right there in the middle of the warehouse. We've all been there. Costco is famous for its treasure hunt shopping experience, but the downside of that treasure hunt is that sometimes, the treasure just stops being buried. Whether it's due to rising supply costs, shifting member tastes, or just a corporate decision to shake things up, 2026 is seeing some major departures from the shelves and the food court. Today, we're diving into the 25 food items that are officially disappearing, being replaced, or are on the chopping block in the coming months. If you see your favorite on this list, you might want to head to your local warehouse and stock up while you still can. Before we get into the first few heartbreakers, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a Costco update. We're always tracking these changes so you don't have to. First on our list is one that has home bakers everywhere in a total panic: the Kirkland Signature semi-sweet chocolate chips. If you've been a loyal fan of these, you know they were widely considered the gold standard for cookies perfectly balanced, not too sweet, and significantly cheaper than name brands. Unfortunately, the global price of cocoa has been skyrocketing over the last year, and Costco finally hit a breaking point. Instead of just raising the price to an astronomical level, they've made the tough call to phase out the Kirkland brand entirely in favor of Nestle Toll House. While Nestle is a classic, many members say the flavor just doesn't compare to the Kirkland 51% cocoa version. Some warehouses are already cleaned out, so if yours still has a pallet of the red bags, grab two. This is a massive shift for the baking aisle that we didn't see coming quite so fast. Second, we have to talk about a food court legend that has officially reached the end of the road: the Costco Cho. Now, I know we've seen the Cho come and go before, but this time it feels different. For years, the twisted, sugary dough was the ultimate post-shopping reward. However, Costco has been moving toward a simpler food court menu. In most locations across the US, the Cho has been completely replaced by the double chocolate chunk cookie. While the cookie is good, it's massive, and served warm it doesn't have that same nostalgic crunch. If your local food court is one of the lucky few still serving these, enjoy every bite, because the corporate rollout to remove them is almost 100% complete as we head further into 2026. It truly marks the end of an era for the $1.49 snack. Third, let us look at a more recent addition that didn't quite stand the test of time: the roast beef sandwich. When this debuted at $9.99, it was one of the most expensive items ever to hit the food court menu. Many members complained that the price didn't match the Costco value we all expect, especially when you can get a whole rotisserie chicken for $5. Between the high price point and mixed reviews about it being a bit dry, Costco has decided to pull the plug. In its place, we're seeing the return of the turkey and Swiss sandwich on ciabatta. It's a few dollars cheaper and seems to be hitting the spot for more people, but if you were a fan of that roast beef and mustard combo, your time is officially running out. Fourth, if you're a fan of the fruit options at the food court, you might have noticed a change in the blender. The berry smoothie is being phased out in favor of a strawberry banana version. This might seem like a small tweak, but for the purists who loved that tart, mixed berry flavor, the new version is a bit too sweet and creamy for some. It's part of a broader effort to streamline ingredients across the warehouse, but it's definitely sparked some heated debates on Reddit. If you're a diehard berry smoothie fan, you might want to start experimenting with the frozen fruit bags in aisle 12 to recreate it at home, because the food court version is on its way out. Fifth, moving into the pantry section, we're seeing the disappearance of Kirkland Signature organic soy milk. For the dairy-free crowd, this was a staple because of its long shelf life and great price when bought in the 12-pack cases. However, as almond, oat, and even coconut milks have taken over the market, sales for the soy version have plummeted. Many members have reported their local warehouses marking these down with the star of death on the price tag, that little asterisk in the top right corner that means once it's gone, it's not coming back. If this is your go-to for morning lattes, now is the time to clear some space in your pantry and buy a few cases before the shelf space is given to more oat milk varieties. Sixth is a product that has been a breakfast staple for years, the Kirkland Signature red grapefruit cups. These were perfect for a quick, healthy snack without the massive peeling of fresh grapefruit. Sadly, reports from warehouse employees and frustrated shoppers confirm that these are being discontinued nationwide. The reason seems to be a mix of supply chain issues and a shift in how Costco manages its refrigerated fruit section. They were a victim of their own success in a way. Whenever they were in stock, they flew off the shelves, but the consistency just isn't there anymore. It's a bummer for anyone looking for a low-calorie snack that actually tastes fresh. 7th, let us talk about a change that's more of a transformation than a total disappearance, but it's still upsetting people: the jumbo muffins. You know, the ones that buy 2 packs of 6 deal that basically forces you to own 12 massive muffins at once. Costco is slowly transitioning these to a smaller, more standard size in several regions. They're still selling them in multi-packs, but that giant, oversized Costco muffin look is being toned down to reduce food waste and manage calorie counts. It's a classic case of shrinkflation where the price stays similar, but the product feels just a little less legendary. 8th, we have to mention the rotisserie chicken hardshell packaging. Okay, the chicken itself isn't going anywhere. Costco would have a riot on its hands, but the iconic plastic dome is disappearing. It's being replaced by flexible plastic bags. While this is great for the environment because it uses significantly less plastic and takes up less space in garbage trucks, it's a big change for shoppers. The bags are a bit messy, harder to stack in your cart, and they don't hold the heat quite the same way. It's a subtle shift, but for many, it changes the experience of grabbing that $5 dinner. 9th, and this one still hurts to talk about, is the food court combo pizza. I know it's been gone for a while in most places, but 2026 was supposed to be the year it finally made a real comeback. Instead, Costco seems to be doubling down on just cheese and pepperoni. There were rumors of a take-and-bake version returning to the deli section, but even those sightings have been rare and inconsistent. The combo is officially being moved into the vault of history. It's one of the most requested items in Costco history, but for now, it seems the corporate office is sticking to their guns on keeping the menu as simple as possible. We're just getting started with this list, and some of the upcoming items are going to surprise you, especially when we get into the bakery and the frozen aisles. If you're finding this helpful, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. It really helps the video reach more Costco fans who need to know what to stock up on. Stick around, because part 2 is coming up next, where we'll talk about 10 more items that are vanishing from the shelves, including a fan-favorite bread and a seasonal treat that might not make it back this year. Welcome back to part 2 of our deep dive into the 25 food items that are vanishing from Costco shelves and food courts in 2026. If part 1 felt like a series of small heartbreaks, hang on tight, because some of these upcoming changes are going to hit your pantry even harder. We're moving from the food court into the heart of the grocery aisles and the bakery, the places where we do our most consistent shopping. Before we jump into point number 10, if you haven't already, now is the perfect time to share this video with your favorite shopping partner. We all know that one person who lives for their weekly Costco run, and they definitely won't want to be blindsided by these disappearances. 10th on our list is a massive one for the healthy eaters: Kirkland Signature Organic Creamy Peanut Butter. This has been a staple for years because it's just peanuts and salt, no added oils, no sugar, just pure goodness. However, shoppers across the country have started seeing this item disappear from their warehouses, often replaced by a different brand like Naturally More. While Costco hasn't officially labeled it as permanently discontinued in every single market, a combination of peanut crop shortages and supply chain shifts has made it incredibly hard to find. For many, the replacement just doesn't have that same pourable consistency that made the Kirkland version a cult favorite. If you see the twin packs back in stock, don't hesitate, they're becoming a rare sight as we move further into the year. 11th is a blow to the bakery fans: the Kirkland Signature Country French Bread. For a long time, this was the go-to loaf for anyone wanting a simple, crusty bread that didn't cost $5 at a boutique bakery. Recent reports from bakery employees and frequent shoppers indicate that Costco is phasing this out in favor of more specialized, artisan loaves that come at a higher price point. The simple 2-pack of French bread provided incredible value, but it seems the warehouse is moving toward more profitable, fancy options like the rosemary Parmesan bread. If you're a fan of a simple toast or a homemade panini, you might need to start looking elsewhere or get comfortable with the newer, pricier alternatives. 12th, let us talk about a party planning disaster: the disappearance of the croissant sandwich platter from the deli pre-order menu. For years, if you were hosting a baby shower or a graduation party, this was the easy button. It was a tray of 10 massive croissants filled with turkey, ham, and roast beef. Recently, Costco has been pulling these from the order forms in many regions. They're replacing them with smaller, more standardized wrap platters or pinwheel trays. While those are fine, they lack the wow factor and the fillingness of those giant croissant sandwiches. If you have a big event coming up in 2026, you might find that your local deli manager can no longer take an order for the classic croissant tray, forcing you to assemble them yourself or switch to the wraps. 13th is another bakery casualty that has people mourning on social media: the caramel flan. This was a seasonal heavy hitter that usually made its appearance during the summer months. It was a massive, custardy delight that could feed a whole family for less than $15. However, 2025 saw a very limited rollout, and for 2026, it seems to have been retired from the rotation entirely in most US markets. Making flan at home is a notoriously difficult process, so having a high-quality, pre-made version at Costco was a lifesaver for many. Its absence leaves a big hole in the refrigerated dessert section, and unfortunately, there isn't a direct replacement in sight yet. 14th on the list is a change that's more about the shape of things: the round croissants. Now, you might be thinking, wait, I still see croissants in the bakery. And you do, but they've changed. Up until recently, Costco's croissants were famous for their curved, almost circular shape. They've now transitioned fully to the straight, diamond-shaped croissant. While this might seem like a minor cosmetic change, fans argue that the ure and the flakiness to dough ratio is different. The new straight croissants are often described as being a bit more bread-like and less buttery than the old curved ones. It's part of a move to standardize their production process across all warehouses, but for the croissant purists, it's just not the same. 15th, we have a product that was a quiet hero of the bread aisle: the whole wheat bread with sunflower seeds. This usually came in a 2-loaf pack and was one of the few high-fiber, hearty bread options that didn't taste like cardboard. It has recently been replaced by a single, larger loaf of organic sprouted bread. While the new version is healthy, you're getting less bread for roughly the same price, and many shoppers miss the crunch of those sunflower seeds on the crust. It's another example of the standardization trend we're seeing in 2026, where unique or niche bakery items are being swapped for more mainstream health products. 16th is a tradition that many of us looked forward to every year: the Cooking the Costco Way cookbooks. Okay, it's not exactly a food item you eat, but it was a food item in the warehouse. For years, Costco would give these out for free during the holiday season, filled with recipes using Kirkland Signature products. However, the company has officially stopped printing these physical books. They're moving all their recipe content to the digital version of the Costco Connection magazine. For those of us who liked having a physical book on the kitchen counter while we prepped dinner, this is a sad end to a long-standing tradition. It's a sign of the digital times, but it's definitely something we'll miss grabbing at the entrance. 17th, let us go back to the bakery for the All-American chocolate cake. Technically, the giant 7-pound version of this cake has been gone for a little while, replaced by the mini cakes. But in 2026, even those mini cakes are undergoing a transformation. Many warehouses are rotating the chocolate flavor out in favor of seasonal flavors like lemon raspberry or strawberry and cream. While the new flavors are great, the all-American chocolate recipe, that deep, dark fudge, is becoming harder to find consistently. If you see them, buy them, because the bakery is moving toward a much faster rotation schedule, meaning your favorite flavor might only be available for a few weeks a year rather than being a year-round staple. 18th on our list is the Kirkland Signature mayonnaise. This one has been a roller coaster. It first appeared as a direct competitor to Hellmann's, offering a massive jar for a fraction of the price. But then, it quietly started disappearing from shelves in late 2025. By 2026, many warehouses have stopped stocking the Kirkland version entirely, returning to only carrying the name brand Hellman S or Best Foods. Reports suggest that the Kirkland version struggled with emulsification issues in certain climates, leading to a lot of returns. Instead of reformulating, it seems Costco has decided to stick with the tried and true brands for now, meaning that extra Lopers mayo option is officially off the table. We've covered 18 items so far, and the list is getting more intense as we head toward the final stretch. From frozen favorites to some controversial changes in the meat department, the final part of our list is going to reveal exactly what you need to look for on your next trip. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button now so you can catch the final part of this series. You definitely don't want to miss the last 7 items, because one of them is a pantry staple that almost everyone has in their kitchen right now. We've made it to the home stretch, and if you thought the first 18 items were a shock, these final 7 are the ones that truly define the end of an era for many Costco shoppers. We're moving into the items that have sparked literal petitions and town hall-style debates on social media. As we head into the later months of 2026, the warehouse is looking leaner, more streamlined, and for some a little less fun. But before we reveal the final big one, I want to take a second to thank you for hanging out with me through this deep dive. If you found this list useful, drop a comment below and let me know which item you're going to miss the most. Your engagement helps us keep the lights on and the Costco updates coming. 19th on our list is a product that many parents considered a weeknight lifesaver: Kirkland Signature boxed macaroni and cheese. For a long time, this was the direct competitor to the famous blue box, but at a much better price point. However, 2025 and early 2026 saw a wave of negative feedback regarding a recipe change. Longtime fans claimed the cheese powder became sour or tangy and that the noodles didn't hold their yaw. Instead of a third reformulation, Costco has pulled the Kirkland version from many shelves, opting to stock larger bulk packs of the name brand Kraft instead. It's a blow to the budget-conscious shopper who preferred the Kirkland value, but it seems Costco decided the quality control issues weren't worth the brand risk. 20th, we have to talk about a bakery tragedy: the cinnamon coffee cake muffins. If you remember part 2, we talked about the muffins shrinking and standardizing, but this specific flavor has been the biggest casualty of that move. The cinnamon coffee cake version was a top-tier breakfast item for many, but as Costco moves toward rotating seasonal flavors like lemon raspberry and blueberry caramelized cheesecake, the classic cinnamon streusel has been pushed off the menu. There is currently a petition circulating to bring these back, but with the bakery focusing on higher margin, specialized items for 2026, it looks like this fan favorite is staying in the vault for the foreseeable future. 21st is a summer staple that's getting the cold shoulder: Kirkland Signature frozen cocktail pops. You know, the ones, the boozy ice pops that came in flavors like lime margarita and strawberry daiquiri. While they were a hit at backyard barbecues for a few seasons, many members complained about a chemical aftertaste and inconsistent freezing. As Costco tightens up its Kirkland Signature lineup to focus only on absolute winners, these pops are being phased out. We're seeing more name-brand alternatives like Good Pop taking over the freezer space. If you're planning a pool party this year, you might want to look for a DIY recipe, because the green and pink bags of Kirkland Pops are vanishing fast. 22nd, let us look back at the food court for an item that has been on a wealthy one-day hiatus for years: the beef chili. For a while, this was the perfect hearty, cheap lunch for under $5. It was thick, meaty, and came with a side of cheese and onions. However, as Costco streamlines its food court to prioritize speed and efficiency, the chili has become too much of a slow item for staff to manage. In 2026, it's officially being removed from the rotation in almost all U.S. markets. It's being replaced by simpler items that can be slapped onto a tray in seconds, leaving those who loved a warm bowl of chili in the lurch during the colder months. 23rd is the food court acai bowl. When this first launched, it was Costco's attempt to pivot toward a healthier food court image. But let us be honest, it was never quite as popular as the hot dog or the pizza. Between the high price and the fact that the fruit was often frozen solid, it didn't quite capture the hearts of the masses. As we move through 2026, the machines used to dispense the acai base are being removed to make room for more soft-serve ice cream capacity. If you were one of the few who genuinely enjoyed the acai bowl as a post-shop refreshment, your window of opportunity is closing. 24th is a classic snack that many people didn't even realize was at risk: the soft pretzels. While these weren't in every single warehouse, the locations that had them considered them a staple. These giant, salty, buttery treats were the perfect handheld snack for a long shopping trip. Unfortunately, they've been a victim of the same simpler menu philosophy that claimed the cho and the combo pizza. By the end of this year, the soft pretzel will be a ghost of Costco's past, replaced by more cookies and potentially a new savory pastry that hasn't quite been leaked yet. 25th, and perhaps the most significant disappearance of all, isn't just a single food item, but the open access to the $1.50 hot dog. This is a major policy shift for 2026. For decades, many Costco food courts, especially the outdoor ones, were accessible to anyone, membership or not. That is officially ending. Costco is rolling out membership scanning technology at all food court kiosks nationwide. This means the iconic hot dog and pizza slice are disappearing for anyone who doesn't pay the annual membership fee. It's a move to ensure that member benefits stay exclusive to those who pay for them, but for many communities who relied on that $1.50 meal, it's a massive change to the Costco landscape. And there you have it, the 25 food items that are leaving us or changing beyond recognition as we navigate 2026. From the heart-wrenching loss of the chocolate chips to the technological gatekeeping of the hot dog, the treasure hunt is definitely getting a bit more complicated. But hey, that's the nature of the beast with Costco. They're always moving, always changing, and always looking for the next big thing to put on those massive orange shelves. If you want to stay ahead of the curve and know exactly what to buy before it's gone, make sure you've subscribed and liked this video. We'll be here keeping an eye on the warehouse so you can keep your pantry full. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.